to the bread kitchen. Bap is one of those peculiar British words that simply means bread roll, but baps have two important features. One is that they're soft, and secondly, they're slightly bigger than dinner rolls. So for these baps I've got 500 grams of wholemeal flour, 225 ml of lukewarm water, 75 ml of milk, 25 grams of melted butter, 1 teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of dried yeast. Pop the yeast in the water, give it a stir and then wait for 10 minutes for the yeast to get going. Put the flour in a large bowl and add in the salt, then mix well. Now add in the yeast water, the milk and the butter and mix to a soft dough. After a couple of minutes of mixing, you should end up with a dough which is soft but not at all sticky. I'll now knead this dough for about 10 minutes to make it smooth and elastic. After 10 minutes of good kneading, your dough should be nice and smooth and very springy. So we'll pop it into a lightly greased bowl, cover it and pop it in a warm place until the dough has doubled in size. My dough has risen beautifully, so I'll just turn it out onto this surface. Plop, look at that. Knock it back to get the air bubbles out. Now I'll weigh the dough because I'm going to make 8 baps with this, so each one needs to be 104 grams, okay? Cut off some pieces of dough. That's pretty good. I'll just scrunch those bits together. So I've now got 8 equally sized balls of dough, and all I'm going to do is take a piece of dough and press it out until it's about 4 inches in diameter. That'll do nicely. Put it to one side. Looking good. Now transfer to lightly greased baking sheets, making sure there's plenty of space for them to expand. And you can either cover them with film, or I pop mine in a big plastic bag. Now leave in a nice warm place to give them plenty of time to puff up, about an hour or so. After about an hour they'll have puffed up again. I'm just going to dust them lightly with flour. This is just plain white flour. And now we'll bake them at 220 degrees normal oven, 190 fan oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. And once they're baked, transfer to a wire rack to cool. Lovely soft baps. Right, it's lunchtime, so I'll just cut one of these in half. A little bit of butter, because I like butter. Some cheese, a bit of lettuce, just a touch of salt, and some tomato. Ooh yeah, there's my lunch. You really can't beat the taste of a sandwich made with a homemade bap. Now there is another use of the word bap which I should make you aware of, particularly if you're a female visitor to the UK. If some guy yells at you in the street to get your baps out, he doesn't want to see your bread rolls and you should run along pretty quickly. I hope you enjoy making your baps, and do join me next time in the bread kitchen.